I understand you're here for counseling or therapy. Great. I'm going to go ahead and ask you some questions. And if you have any questions, feel free to interrupt me anytime. Okay? Perfect. So, first, we're going to start off because I know you had filled out the application online, correct? Okay, so let's go ahead and verify your name and date of birth. Was that 19? Okay, perfect. And your insurance? Thank you so much. I appreciate it. All right. So, first and foremost, what brings you here? So, you're looking to get help with sleep and anxiety. Okay. And what exactly brought you here? Did you come just willingly? Were you court ordered? Or did somebody suggest that you go to therapy? It was your idea. Okay. And what exactly made you think about going to therapy? Okay, so would you say, because I want to make sure we're on the same page and I'm answering correctly, so most of it is sleep mixed with anxiety, and this has started to disrupt your life. Okay. Have you ever seen a counselor or a therapist before? Many years ago? Okay. Many years. And do you remember? Okay. It was. Okay. Yeah, that goes into another question actually, so I'm glad that you mentioned that. And from your viewpoint, what would you say the main problem is? Okay. So mostly anxiety is the root cause, and yeah, absolutely. I understand completely. Um, just so that I can have it here in the notes, what would you say your typical bedtime is? Okay, typical bedtime is between midnight and 4 a.m. Okay, and about what time do you wake up? That sounds really stressful. So it varies between 6 a.m. and 10 a.m. Okay. Sometimes sleep until 11. Okay. How does this problem typically make you feel? I'm going to assume tired. Tired. Okay, tired, exhausted, on edge, depressed, hopeless. More anxious, yeah, I can see that. And anything else? Worried? Okay. Do you know anything that typically makes the problem better? That's why you're here. So you did at one point get help and it worked for a little bit, but now it doesn't? Okay. So let's say is what we want to find out. Alright. I'm going to assume the answer to this question, but I'm going to ask it anyways because I want your honest response, okay? If you could wave a magical wand, what positive changes would you make in your life? I was going to say being able to sleep and getting rid of anxiety. But no, go ahead. Okay, so have it all figured out. Have less stress. So when you say have less stress, do you mean take away the stressors in your life? Or just, okay, I'm going to go ahead and parentheses. So we're not trying to get rid of the stressors because sometimes the stressors can be something good in our life, right? Like animals, kids, significant other, family. You just don't want the feeling that comes along with the stress. Got it. Okay. And overall, how would you describe your mood? Okay. If you wouldn't mind, go into a little detail on that because anxiety can be several different things. Okay. Do you have any days where you're filled with happiness and joy? Okay, usually on days where you get plenty of sleep and do not have much to, okay, stress about, okay. Okay, and then what exactly do you expect to gain from therapy or counseling? Okay. Manage anxiety management and sleep. Okay. What would it take to make you feel more content, happier, and more satisfied? I knew you were going to say that. Duh, more sleep. I know, I have to ask these otherwise, I have to answer these, otherwise they won't let me move on. Yeah. More sleep, for sure. Is there anything else, though, that you can think of? More money. Everyone could benefit from more money, right? People always say money can't buy happiness. Yeah, there are times I definitely beg to differ. Okay. A job that you enjoy that would make you happier? That is enjoyable. Okay. More friends? able to... Okay, I'm trying to figure out how to say that exactly. So it's not that you're antisocial, it really is. The sleep is affecting you so much that, yeah, it's getting in the way of your social life. Okay. So far I have more sleep, money, job that is enjoyable, more friends, and being able to, should we say, being able to, okay, participate in social events without the effects of lack of sleep. Okay, I like that. Yeah, I definitely want it to be in your words. Absolutely. Okay. Okay. Do you consider yourself to have a low, average, or high interpersonal IQ? So it kind of goes with the last question or the last response. It would be the ability to understand and communicate with others. Okay. Yeah, to communicate and interact with others. Okay. So, for the most part, average, but on days with less anxiety / more sleep, higher or more days increased anxiety and less sleep. Okay. Thank you. I know some of these can be really difficult to answer, but you're doing amazing. Alright, this is the fun one. Can you describe a typical day for you? Yeah. Walk me through a typical day from the time you wake up until you go to bed. Wake up, check phone. Okay, so sometimes you take a shower in the morning, sometimes you prefer it at night. So what I'll say here is, we'll say freshen up. Okay. May I ask what you do for work? Okay. To me, that sounds pretty interesting, but I can understand something that you do all the time. Yeah, I can see how that would be repetitive and get boring and yeah. Okay, and then after work? Okay. Okay, so typically, you know what? I'm going to add a question to this because I feel like with this response, it's kind of like, okay, yeah. So I have you wake up, check your phone, get up, take your vitamins, freshen up, get ready for work, go to work. After work, you go home, you eat dinner, wait a bit, work out, and you watch a show, and then you get ready for bed. And then, so I'm going to add, what does typical weekend typical Saturday look like for you? I know that one's a lot harder, but the reason why I want to add this in here is because I really want to get an idea on how you spend your days when you're not at work. Yeah, to see if you're doing anything that you enjoy. Yeah, exactly. Okay. So kind of the same in the morning. You wake up. Now on Saturday, what time do you typically wake up on Saturday? Okay. That's usually when you can sleep until 11. Okay. Wake up 11 a.m. Check the phone. Brush it up. Okay. So with that, really quickly, this will all make sense, I promise. What do you typically eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner? So for breakfast, that actually is very healthy, balanced. I like that. That sounds like a delicious lunch. I'm not even gonna lie. That sounds so good right now. Okay, and then dinner. Okay. Yeah, I added in there a few things. So typically it changes often for dinner, but lunch and breakfast are mostly the same. Okay. And then, I'm sorry, as you were, so I got to eat breakfast, go for a walk / hike. Okay. Hang out. Some friends. Okay, so it seems to me that you really do have a good balance as far as making time for yourself, eating healthy, exercising, taking a moment to decompress, to breathe, or meditate, as some would call it. Yeah. No, it's just very interesting to me because some of the time when you hear somebody's having trouble like sleeping or with anxiety, we would first recommend the things that you are already doing, so that is incredible. Absolutely. Major props to you. This next question, it kind of goes along with something we talked about before. What strategies have you already tried to solve any problems you have, and do they work well for you? I know it's kind of repetitive, I apologize, but answer it to the best of your ability. Thank you. So mostly the eating healthy, exercising. Okay. I like that you added that in there, making time for yourself. That is so important. So, it's not uncommon. People do neglect the need to, I know it's kind of a thing right now, like self-care, but it's so true. And it is all about just taking a moment for yourself and doing things that you enjoy. So with some of the things that we've talked about, what are some things that you enjoy? Okay. playing video games? What type of games do you like? PJ. Okay. Have you ever played Halo? Not your personal favorite? That's okay. Yeah, that's actually a video game I absolutely love. I've played it for years and I actually got my son into it. Yeah. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I love it. Yeah, I'm sorry, keep going. Okay, that's pretty much it. Is there anything else? Oh, you like to go fishing, okay. Hunting. Golfing? Any other sports? Okay. Basketball. I'm gonna put parentheses here and there. Okay. Alright. Actually, that helps out a lot. And would you say, on average, you do the things that you enjoy frequently, or... Okay. At least 3 times a week? I wonder if we can bump that up to almost every day. That'd be kind of hard though, right? Like it would kind of go from a hobby to a job. Like you feel like you have to do it. Good thinking. Smart. And again, another kind of repetitive question. What would you like to get out of counseling or therapy? Okay. Learn ways to cope and manage anxiety as well as sleep habits / patterns. Okay. And then lastly, just for this section, and then I will be asking you more elaborate questions based on sleep, okay? How will you know you are ready to graduate therapy or counseling? Basically, when will you know that you no longer need therapy or counseling? I kind of had a feeling that was going to be the response. When I can sleep again. I'm just kidding. When So, I said, when patient is able to control / manage anxiety and get a healthy amount of sleep every single night, give or take a few nights a month, because, let's face it, nobody's perfect, am I right? Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get into more elaborate questions just based on your sleep and anxiety. That way, when you do meet with your therapist or counselor, they already have an idea of what it is that you really need to work on, and some of the things that you've already tried and some of the things that you haven't. Does that sound like a good plan? Okay. So, first, what have you tried for just sleep? Tea, bath, with Epsom salt, okay. Melatonin. Okay, gummies being both THC and CBD. Okay. So when you say breathing exercises, is that specifically like meditation, or is it just like just breathing, which is a form of meditation, but would you say that you are meditating? No. Okay, just breathing exercise. But you've also tried. Okay, that makes sense. So you've tried the audio meditation follow along? Okay. Alright. So we've got tea, bath with Epsom salt, melatonin, gummies being both CBD and THC, breathing exercises and meditation, which is an audio meditation follow along. Okay, what else? That can be really dangerous. Yeah, just scroll through like Amazon. I've done that personally, and I woke up and I had a notification that items had been shipped, and I'm like, wait a second. True story. Okay, so we have watching YouTube videos to help get tired, scrolling through different social media apps, scrolling through Amazon, drawing, writing. Have you ever heard of ASMR? You have. Is that one of the things that you watch? It is. You were afraid to say something? Why? You thought I was going to judge you? I love ASMR. Have you watched Gentle Whispering ASMR? If not, highly recommend. Yeah, she's my top favorite. 100%. Check her out. And then you'll have to tell me what you think, okay? Cool. Alright, so that about covers everything you've tried, and let me tell you, that is a lot. You have tried so many things, and you still struggle. So, absolutely, I'm going to make note of that. Oh, and you've also tried Sequel, okay? Oh yeah, no, you're fine. I don't expect you to know all of this right off the top of your head, you know? When you're put on the spot like this, sometimes things just go yeet right out the window. Okay, let's try it. Okay. Alright, so what I'm going to do is finish up here, and we're going to see who would be the best fit for you as far as a therapist or a counselor, and maybe even some classes or groups that we offer here. Okay. Is there anything else that you can think of that you want to get out of therapy or counseling that would be really beneficial for you in the long run? Okay. Okay. So let me go ahead send this in. All right, and now, just a couple of the classes that I want to educate you on, one of which is called Anxiety Breathe, and it's exactly what it sounds like. This group is so beneficial for people that have anxiety. It teaches you different ways to manage and cope with anxiety and provides different skills on how to maximize, like how to embrace it instead of trying to hide from it, and learning how to breathe with the anxiety and not let it control you. Does that sound like something you might be interested in? Okay, yeah, and again, you can talk more about it with your future counselor or therapist. Is it possible for me to be your therapist? Possibly. Yeah, we're not exactly sure 100% yet. We have to wait for this to process, and then we will make the appointment for you and then see who you will fit well with, who can provide you the best guidance and help and everything that you need. Absolutely. So does that sound like something? Okay. Okay. And then the other group we have is mindfulness. Yeah, it's basically a class that teaches you how to be in the moment, be present with everything that you do. For example, do you usually watch TV when you eat? Okay, so mindfulness, it's kind of just doing one thing in the moment and being with that one thing. So let's say you're eating, you're going to be in the moment with that. Let's say you're watching TV, you're going to be in the moment with watching TV. Yeah, I know a lot of people that watch TV and also are on their phones, and yeah, it can be very distracting, and it kind of takes away from just being present, being at peace, really. Yeah, I absolutely love it. I took both of those classes. No, not because I had to. I didn't have to. I just wanted to because I knew that I would benefit from it. I'll go ahead and add that in there as well, because it seems to me that you could really benefit from not just coping with anxiety and sleep, but other things that could be going on as well. Oh yeah, you'd be surprised on how just not being mindful or present in the moment could take away so many different things and cause more stress, because the more we add on to ourselves and in our mind, the more we get stressed out. But when you're like in the moment with something, it totally just kind of gives you time to let go of everything else around you. Oh yeah, highly recommend. That would be the one group that I think they should teach that in schools, honestly. A lot of this should be taught in schools, I'm not even gonna lie. But I'll go ahead and mark that down for you as well. And then the last thing I need from you is what your schedule will look like as far as your goals and your objectives in therapy and counseling. For example, do you think you would benefit from seeing a counselor? Okay, so just you want to start with a couple times a week? And then I love that you have it all figured out. That's amazing. After 6 months, go to, oh, I'm sorry. I got ahead. After 3 months, drop it to once a week, and then 6 months after that, up it to once every other week. Okay, and we will check in at that point to see how you're doing, to see if we need to increase sessions or decrease. Yeah, that sounds like an incredible plan to me. It's like you've done this before. Okay, and what days right now, days of the week would, okay, Monday and Thursday. Let me see what we have available. Okay, would do you want them at the same time? Would that be helpful? I think so too. So I can do 1 o'clock. Would that be hard because of your work schedule? A little bit? Okay. That's not a problem. Try to see if I can move some things around. How late do you work till typically? And are you looking to do remote or in person? In person. Yeah, I agree. It is beneficial that you can do it remotely, but I do think you get more out of it if you go in person. For sure. 4 o'clock okay? Awesome. For both days? 4. And today is, I should know this, it's Tuesday, so your first appointment will be in just 2 days, which is November 17th at 4 p.m. And you are all scheduled in. Do you have any questions for me? No? Okay. Well, I just want to thank you for coming in. I think it's really awesome that you were able to acknowledge that you needed to come in. So I give you major props. You are incredible and brave. And we will see you in a couple days. Bye-bye.